Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing my TBR for the AdventureAthon. All of the information on this readathon and the optional challenges will be linked down in the description, but basically this is a fantasy readathon where you create your own path through the challenges to get to the finish. The path for everyone starts at the bottom of the map where Fellowship is. The Fellowship challenge is to read the group read, which is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I have already read that book, so I'm going to substitute Bitter Thorns by Chris and Wolfe. At the next junction, for the Cliff Challenge, which is to read a book with a nature word in the title, I'll be reading The Door in the Hedge by McKinley. At the third junction, for the Challenge of Toad, I'll be reading a book with green on the cover, An Exchange of Gifts by McCaffrey. Next is the Fete Challenge, to read a book set in the past, and I'll be reading I Am Mordred by Nancy Springer. After that is Bewilder, to read a book with a plot twist. Obviously, I haven't yet read this book, so I don't know for sure that this has a plot twist, but it seems to come up on some of the lists that I checked out of books with plot twists. I will be reading Duel by Sherwood. At the next junction, for the Journey Challenge, which is to read a book with more than 500 pages, I'll be reading Wicked by Gregory Maguire. And then at the last junction, for the Challenge of Powder, I'll be reading a book by the Fireside. I don't have a fireplace, so I will be using a YouTube fireplace, but I'll be reading the sequel to Duel, Court Duel by Sherwood. And then once that challenge is complete, I'll be able to get to the final dragon and celebrate. And that's everything that I plan to read for the Fantasy Adventureathon. Let me know down in the comments if you're planning to participate in this readathon and which team, fairy, unicorn, dragon, or mermaid, you'll be on. Thanks for joining me.